We are so
Right.
back, and I hope we haven't lost listeners because we had a week off. Don't get me wrong, Alfie didn't want a week off, but I said, Alfie, I'm a married woman now.
We're
okay?
back. We're back. It's 4,000 degrees.
I'm actually not too hot.
England are going to win the World Cup.
We are.
They've just dispatched Mexico at 3 a.m. And Sophie is a married woman.
I am, but I'm still calling John my boyfriend.
You've missed so much, listener.
A lot's
You've missed
happened.
so much. It's been this is episode 22.
Is it?
22 episodes in 23 weeks, and that is going to bug me for the rest of my life. Now that we're 1 week off,
yeah, that's really.
We're
annoying.
going to have to do a special 2-episode week to catch up.
Yeah,
we weren't here last week, and we apologise for that. We were both horrifically hungover after the wedding of the century.
It was.
It's not Taylor Swift's wedding. It's not Dua Lipa's wedding. It's the wedding which turned Ms. Garrad into Mrs. Garrad.
Yeah, wow. 3 massive celebrities got married this month.
Huge.
Huge.
This is your first pod as a married woman?
Yeah, it's changed me a lot. I'm very different now. A lot of people said that, like, wow, you seem so different. I keep saying to John, I was like, isn't it crazy that we can't just break up now?
You can.
It's like a lot of admin, and I hate admin.
So honeymoon phase is worn off pretty quickly. 10 days in, you're like, isn't it weird that we can't just break up?
Isn't that mental? I can't just be like, let's just not do this anymore.
You've got, can I see the ring? You got the...
Yeah, I actually put it on this hand.
I'm a bit confused. You got 2 rings. Is that an engagement ring and a wedding ring?
Exactly.
Very
because
nice.
this one doesn't fit on my wedding finger. So I'm just put it on this one. But John doesn't like that. He's like, can't you put it on the other one? I'm like, no.
Can you describe the ring to our...
So guys, it's kind of like a vintagey ruby little diamond number. It's not a wedding ring. I just saw it and I liked it and I thought, I'm not getting a wedding ring.
Oh, you bought it?
No, John bought it.
Okay.
But I was
but
with
you
him.
saw it
Yeah, I
and
said,
you liked it.
That's what I want.
Then John bought it.
Exactly.
Great.
Kind of like my whole life, actually.
Wedding of the set. Beautiful wedding.
It was amazing. Do you know what? It went really well.
Pictures look amazing.
Pictures look so good.
Getting a lot of engagement.
Yeah.
That annoyed me. That annoyed me. The Monday after the wedding, Sophie posting pictures, 3,000 likes. I rolled over. I thought that'll sell tickets.
I hope it sold tickets. I think it has sold some tickets to my whip.
I'm not getting married until I've got a tour booked in.
Yeah, that's actually really smart.
You have to have link in bio at the bottom of your wedding post.
Buy a ticket to my show, please.
It was a really, I was surprised by how like traditional of a wedding it was in terms of like, it was in a cathedral.
Yeah.
Long white dress. I don't know why, but I thought it was going to be like an alternative, quirky.
Yeah, but do you not think the party afterwards was a bit more quirky?
Maybe. Well, let's run people through it. You got married in Ely. I never know how to pronounce
Ely Cathedral.
Ely Cathedral.
People keep commenting being like, lovely church. And I think, guys,
it's a cathedral.
Don't be fucking rude.
Pay some respects. It's a cathedral.
I'm going to stop you there. I'm royalty.
It's also the biggest fucking cathedral I've ever seen in my life.
It's massive.
My life.
It's insane.
I arrived. I was like, there's no way you're getting married here.
I know.
It's crazy. You see it from... we were driving from 20 miles out.
Yeah, you can
see it in the distance.
Insane.
And I remember being like, there's no way Sophie's getting married in that.
Did you?
Because the whole way you're looking at the map going, are we going to turn right or right? Because you kind of come round
and then
the
you
back,
see it.
and then you see it and you go, oh, I mean, it looks like... It's like Hogwarts.
It is insane. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was mental. And when I got there were so many people outside. That was the only time I felt emotional was I got there and there was so many people outside waiting. I think they must have thought it was a royal wedding and they were even more excited.
Yeah, they went, oh my God. Private school mum.
Is that? Wow. I was like, has someone tipped everyone off that I'm coming? And it was like, that was crazy.
Because the main chamber, are we calling it that?
Yeah, what's it called?
Of the cathedral is public access.
It is public access.
But if you go all the way through,
yeah,
there's like at the end there's like a mini altar.
I can't remember what it's called. It is called something. The chapel.
The chapel.
I think it's a chapel at the end.
You got married at the chapel at the end of the cathedral, but you have to enter just down the whole cathedral.
And you have to walk down the whole cathedral whilst there's the song on. And poor John has to wait there for like 5 minutes watching us do that walk.
I thought there was an intrusive thought where I thought you'd done a runner because we're standing there at the end chapel and you can't see through the cloisters, or whatever, like where the singers sing. You can't see the main cathedral, and the entrance is like a 5-minute walk.
It's crazy.
And you got to walk slowly and you got to have respect.
Yeah.
And suddenly it goes quiet. The music starts to play. And it was the traditional dun.
Yeah,
dun,
here comes
dun,
the bride.
On the organ.
Yeah.
We stand. And then nothing happened for I would say 3 minutes.
It was a long time.
And then a small child.
My niece, yeah.
Then walked solo pretty much. No, I think holding hands with your brother. Stole the show.
Apparently she was like waving to everyone. She loves attention.
And a lot of people were like, is that Sophie? She looks tiny.
Do you know what? Apparently my brother goes, I think the bride looks a bit young. And he was like, everyone just turned around and gave him death stares. He was like, okay, wrong crowd.
Your family were cracking a lot of jokes at the altar.
They really were.
And I just think it's such a ballsy thing to do. You eventually appeared.
Yeah, looking tiny.
How did you feel when you came into the little chapel and you saw your betrothed?
That bit felt better because I was like, as soon as I see John, I'll be fine. We'll just laugh. And that was okay. And I knew John wasn't going to cry. And I was like, just don't get annoyed about it. John never cries. He could at least fucking faked it, but it was fine.
You knew he wouldn't cry.
I knew John can't cry.
John can't cry.
He's only cried like twice our whole relationship. And he says he's crying.
I would love to go through those 2 times. You've brought the unshakable man to tears.
He'll be like, I was crying, but he'll say he was crying. I do not see a tear. I think there's something like fundamentally wrong with that man, and that's why I married him.
Yeah. Well, he's the calm to your storm.
So true. I am a storm.
We'll get onto the speeches in a minute, but the ethos of almost every speech was Sophie is mental. And John puts up with her.
Yeah.
And like every speech followed the exact same format.
We all had like the same jokes as well.
Sophie's mental, but we love her and therefore we love John. And it's like, hold on now.
That was literally
But you weren't in floods of tears coming down the aisle.
No, because I didn't want to ruin my makeup.
Fine. The self-control.
Yeah. Because I really felt like I was going to cry because also one of my old nannies, actually 2 of my old nannies came. One of them was outside the cathedral and I felt really emotional then. And I was like, oh my God, don't cry and ruin your makeup. And then I was kind of fine. I managed to hold it together because also there were so many in the public like taking pictures that I was like, okay, just smile and pretend it's fine.
Yeah, so the public who are just visiting the cathedral as tourists
or were they there for me?
Or were they, they're all visiting the cathedral because they got tipped off. They are just outside taking pictures.
Yeah.
And I even noticed that like when we were standing, we were there a bit early and we weren't allowed in for like 10 minutes. So we were standing outside and it was weird because there's like 20 people there in short. I mean, it was boiling. It was like 33 degrees or whatever. People there in like shorts and visors, like old women in sandals and visors. And then some of the most immaculately dressed people.
Yeah.
There's like 20 people in black tie and dresses.
It's a real mix, yeah.
And you're kind of waiting and there is just a bit of like fanfare to it.
It is, especially just like excited to see like the dress, aren't you, and the bride?
Yeah, it's like, you know, when there's a crash on the motorway and you want to see the corpse.
That was this.
That's what it felt like.
And that's what it's like getting married. It feels like you're having a crash and you're about to die.
It was like, let's see this car crash unfold.
And it unfolded.
And then you walked down the aisle with with
my dad,
who is exactly your height.
Yeah, which I never even realised. I was wearing heels.
Did not realise that at all.
Because I think he's quite a big man in my head.
Really funny. Yeah. Big character.
Big character.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's so true.
In a sparkly jacket. And you guys get to the front. And you had is it a priest or a vicar in a cathedral?
Canon.
He's a canon. That's what I was confused by.
He's apparently quite senior.
He's like a senior.
Very senior, yeah. Great guy.
Also looking immaculate.
Yeah, he looked amazing.
In his greens and his purples.
Yeah.
And then, it was beautiful. Good hymn choice.
Yeah, some bangers, Jerusalem. The service was ruined for me a little bit because John, as soon as I got down there, could not stop sweating. And John obviously has a bald head. All I could see was just sweat pouring off. And I was like, this is fucking ruining the video.
You had that bit filmed?
Had that filmed, yeah.
The content was good.
We've got some good content.
2 or 3 photographers at all times.
Yeah.
Couple videographers.
Yeah.
You can tell they're good because they've got a camera on the back whilst they've got one in their hands.
Yeah, they were
just
on
for
it.
Different lenses.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, there's someone sponsored this.
Yeah, it was sponsored.
This is going to do views.
I hope so, because we're filming it as a reality TV show. Did you say anything to the videographer?
I'll be honest, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either, to be honest.
That could either be really good or really bad.
There was plenty of times I saw him filming me when I'd kind of lost my shit at things, and I thought that's going to be good content.
I'm just worried I'm going to be in the background of videos just like embarrassing myself, and I got
snogging
really drunk.
Did you?
Like really drunk.
Really?
Yeah, because I just was really I didn't get it wrong.
Yeah.
But church service was what are we talking? So at 1?
1, yeah.
1 till 2.
Yeah.
And then...
But yours were about 2:45 you got back.
Straight into sparkling chilled red wine.
Yeah, did you like that?
Delicious. Had 3 of those.
Good. Yeah, so good.
Well, is there anything... Yeah, so we got wedding and then we had Your vows were fun.
Yeah, my dad kept saying when I was doing my vows, my dad was stood behind me and he kept saying, when John had to say for richer, for poorer, my dad kept going, for poorer? For poorer? And I was like, Dad, funny the first time.
Yeah.
Sixth time, the canon's not impressed, okay?
Yeah.
Shut up.
He did make the canon laugh, and like that doesn't feel very professional in the eyes of God.
Right?
If you are a man of the cloth, you should not be cracking up at that, because it's not your first wedding.
Like, come on.
In sickness and in health, for richer and poorer. Well, not for poorer. And he cracked up.
I was just like, I'm going to kill you. Like,
and you were like trying to wipe John's sweaty bald head.
Literally.
What was funny is I was not miles at the back, but like can't hear what the joke is. Yeah, apparently
no one could hear. Yeah,
no one can hear what the joke is, but we're just watching you guys laugh at the front of the. And we're like, what's happened? And then we had some. I do. You may now kiss the bride.
Yeah, cute.
Cute. You guys go out. We go out to the front of the church.
Yeah.
And then. This is what I mean by like it was a really like textbook movie thing. We're getting the little
confetti
standing in a line, big confetti up in the sky. You guys get into like a Jaguar or something?
No, it was like a little old-fashioned Mercedes.
An old-fashioned Mercedes. Yeah. You took about 6,000 photos.
We did.
Outside it.
Yeah.
Which I've been cropped out of because I was in the corner of those. Because we were waiting in 35-degree heat.
I'm so sorry.
For you guys to come out of the church for about 10 minutes. And then you came out of the church and I went, great, we can get back in the air-conditioned car, go to the reception. No, Sophie's going to go take 4,000 photos standing, like sitting on the boot of the car. Like,
how good did that photo look though?
Go on Sophie's Instagram. It's so Succession coded.
Isn't it?
It's gothic, your wedding.
It is gothic.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it was gothic. And I think my dad's jacket made it gothic as well. It was actually, I'm glad.
It's like, I haven't seen Sopranos, but it's got Godfather vibes.
Yeah.
It's got the Godfather.
Because, do you know what? Didn't you realise how like no one there was posh apart from you?
Yeah, I did realise. I kept pretty quiet.
Yeah.
I was the only straight man and the only posh person. I thought, ooh, this is going to be I'm going to learn a lot this wedding.
And yeah, you probably did.
You know what I'm going to do a lot this wedding is listen.
It felt like you listened a lot. I felt I didn't see you yapping away.
I heard much. I heard so much.
So rare for you to just listen.
And then we get back to the reception. Now, the reception is at a massive, not a stately home, just like a cool house. Big old house.
Yeah, really cool.
Big field with horses in it.
Yeah.
And
you know, it's just an Airbnb.
An Airbnb. And I got there, obviously say hello to you and John.
Yeah.
Then your mother was sort of holding court.
My mum's obsessed with you.
Biggest hat I've ever seen.
Yeah, she got it made.
She got it made. First thing she told me is we tried to buy this house. She pointed to the biggest house I've ever seen in my life. I said, oh, thanks.
Also, it's such a my mum thing to say, but also to say to you, because she wants to be
so
like,
funny.
yeah, we're rich.
It's so funny. And when I spoke to your dad later in the day, and I told him what hotel we were staying at, he told me that he tried to buy it. all your family did for the entire wedding when they came up to me, because what was funny is like a lot, obviously most people there follow you, and therefore they've like seen our clips.
Yeah.
So like I think there was just a bit of an agenda to like show off to Alfie really early on.
That's what my family do. You name a place, they've tried to buy it.
You know what? I was like, fair enough. What was cool is they would always go, well, we wanted to buy that, but the guest bathroom's not up to scratch. You sort of go,
that's exactly
16-bedroom house. No, what your mum said was, we wanted to buy this house, but you can't get rid of the horses. You're not allowed.
She has a nightmare buying it on the stud, isn't it?
But you know what? That was the kind of conversation I was locked into. I went, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. All this red tape about stud farms.
That is literally the most my family thing ever.
But what's funny about it is like I'm super posh, but I have no clue about horses.
Yeah, which is crazy.
I'm not culturally that type of posh.
You're not that type of posh.
Riding in the field.
Yeah.
I took 3 hay fever pills to go to your wedding. I had a Levium in my pocket. Or
I'm leaving London.
Yeah, it was awful because I got to the wedding and I was like, oh, it's going to be outside. It's going to be. I didn't realize there's going to be 4 horses.
Yeah, all these horses. I was
like, I can deal with the grass as long as there's no horses at the wedding.
Oh yeah, no, it's actually next to a horse field.
Yeah.
And actually, the horses didn't come up, but when we were prepping the wedding, the horses came up and they put their heads over. It was really cute. I didn't even like horses, but it was cool.
And it was great. It was a big marquee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is everything in that reception picked by you. I mean, what was the thought? Take me through your process.
Yeah, it was a lot of pink, wasn't it?
Of your wedding reception. There was a colour theme.
There was a colour theme. It was pink.
Pink and white.
Yeah, pink and white. And then some bright colours I got put in at the end. I thought, let's just change it up a bit. But that was kind of thing. Do you know what? John found most of the things. John found like the venue, we hired all that furniture that was like pink and cool. And then that was my vision. And the vision was good. The flowers, I will say, if anyone wants flowers, the best florist ever, called Artemis Flowers. And she was amazing. She made it all look amazing in there. She did that.
It was beautiful. How many people? Was it 100, 200?
130.
It felt like intimate, but not small.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It kind of felt like a house party vibe, didn't it?
Yeah. And it was one location. It wasn't like, but it wasn't for 400 people. And it was 4 long tables of sort of 40 people each. And now take me through the tables. The tables were named Edinburgh, Newmarket,
Southend, Finsbury Park?
Yeah.
Because Edinburgh, we got engaged.
So it's
Johnson,
your 4
Southend.
spots.
Exactly.
Fine.
Which, by the way, we had a massive argument about. And you're like, the fact that you didn't notice the table names, we were like, no one's even going to notice the table names. But the arguments we had.
I noticed everything about that wedding. I didn't talk to a single person, but thematically and architecturally, I took a lot of notes.
Perfect. Did you for your wedding?
I thought it was interesting. First thing we go in, we meet your mum. She introduces us to your godmother or something. She introduces my girlfriend as my fiance.
Yeah, she came to me. I said to Alfie about his wedding, and I was like, okay, they're not getting married, but cool.
2-3 times. This is Alfie and this is his fiance. I was just sweating.
My mum's just obsessed with you, and she actually loves your girlfriend as well.
If I had proposed at your wedding, you would have killed me.
No, I would have found it so funny.
If I had gone, after all the speeches, I'd gone, ding, ding, hey guys, I just want to say one quick thing before we go. Thanks, Sophie, for this delicious meal. It's been great. But I want to make this about me.
My mum would have loved that.
Can you imagine?
She would have loved that.
What age were you when you got engaged?
I was 30.
Okay.
31.
I don't know. I'm 26. 4 years just feels like it feels soon. It also feels like quite a long way away.
26, you're young, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should get engaged when you're 28, get married when you're 30.
I'm really keen on. I talked with my girlfriend about our wedding a lot at your wedding. It's the first wedding we've been to as a couple.
And it's her first ever wedding.
It's her first ever wedding. And
I know, what a good one to start with.
You do, not to be selfish, but you do see things and you go, yeah, that's
100%.
We could do that.
When you start going to weddings and you're thinking about getting married, that's when you start actually observing things. I've never seen flowers at weddings before I started having a wedding.
It is funny just sitting there whilst you walk down the aisle, just going, should be us. Could have been us. Like jealous of someone else's. But it's funny because there will be single people there.
Yeah.
I noticed a few, and I don't know anyone's name, so I genuinely can't name names, but there are a few people going, always the bridesmaid.
Literally.
But it's funny to be a couple.
Yeah.
Ugh,
you feel smug, don't you? You feel smug.
Our wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we would have done that as well, so...
when we do that, we weren't copying you, we were already going to do that.
Yeah, well, I actually was going to have flowers at my wedding, so really clever.
Well done you.
Yeah, I thought a lot, but it's just interesting because I think a wedding is very much like a really clear example. Your personality really comes across in your wedding.
100%, yeah.
Because you guys had the traditional, the church, and the outfits, and then you had like trays of like menthol Vogues.
Yeah, they went
for the
so
guests,
quickly,
and that's quite like Charlie XCX, bratty, party girl coded, and like espresso martinis.
Yeah, margs.
Speeches, but then like cookies and ice cream was a nice touch, I thought.
Because that's John's favourite dessert. Because also we didn't want traditional food because we just had like big sharing boards of meat. It was like a barbecue vibe.
Yeah. Yes, it was
and no starters, because I can't bear like a long, when you're at a wedding and it's quite stuffy and it's like a 3-course meal and you just want to go and party and you want to go outside and just have a cigarette. Me and John were like, we just don't want that. We want as short a meal as possible.
How did you feel about the speeches? Was that for me is one of the speeches and the first dance, the highlights of the wedding? I
actually was really happy because no one was upset. I actually really loved John's speech. I was like really impressed by that. Do I think ChatGPT helped? Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Ella's speech, my best friend, I loved, and she sent it to me, and the next day I read it and I was like hysterically crying.
Really good.
John's best man speech, thought was good. And then my dad's speech, do you know what? I thought it was good.
Could have gone worse.
Because exactly. Because he kept being like he hadn't like planned anything, and obviously, we were talking about this before the pod. Alfie, tell everyone how my dad started his speech.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. I mean, well, you explain the context of your dad, and you talk about it in your show.
Yeah, my dad, East London.
He has
East
a
London.
reputation.
He has a reputation. Bit of a wheeler dealer.
And he came up to me first time I met him. He said, "You owe me money."
Did he say that?
Yeah. And I immediately pissed myself and tried to offer my girlfriend. And he was charming, and he's flirty, and he's smooth, and he's cracking jokes.
Yeah, he loves a joke.
He loves a joke, but he's very charming. But you also don't feel very. I'm like,
scared.
let's
He's
not. Yeah, he goes. Your family now, but don't fuck it up. That kind of.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
Yeah. Your now husband, John.
Yeah.
I'd be petrified. But
yeah,
he stood up with a sort of. You knew he hadn't prepared a speech. Your dad knew. We all knew he hadn't prepared a speech.
Nope.
And all the other speeches had finished.
Yeah.
And then we'd had a whole nother course. And then he stood up just before you did your speech. And he said, usually when I'm standing in front of a group of people like this, I like to start with not guilty. But today I am guilty of being the proudest father.
Yeah, that was good.
And we applauded.
That was
the
good.
biggest.
Yeah.
It was the biggest laugh of the night. It was so funny. And then he was genuinely lovely. And so I tell you what, genuinely, I thought was really sweet that all the speeches did is, I think it's so stupid when the best man speech or the father of the bride speech tries to sort of take the piss out of the groom too much.
Yeah.
And I've been to weddings where the father of the bride is sort of like taking the piss out of their son-in-law. And it's a bit like, why are you doing this now?
Yeah, this is not the time.
Like, not now.
Say something nice.
It's your family. Like, you can be like, well, it's a shame having an Arsenal fan in the family. Whatever. You can do the kind of hacky things, but to actually sort of try and bring them down and embarrass them is
kind of crazy.
Bad. And the way your dad spoke about John was great.
Yeah.
And the way that John spoke about your family, the vibe between your family and your husband's family was very good, I thought.
Yeah, it was good, actually. Everyone got on. There was no drama, which I was surprised at. I mean, there was like little bits of drama, but like nothing crazy. Obviously, I think the drama was me and John at the end of the night.
The only people that embarrassed themselves at your wedding were you and your husband. You and John. What happened to you and John, by the way? Because I actually don't know. Because you just disappeared.
Do you know what was so good? Is everyone knows what happened to John because it was so... Basically, oh my God, and I've also got that thing I need to play on the pod as well. So I didn't really drink that much. At the dinner, I felt a bit ill. I felt a bit like, when you're overheated, and I was like, oh, I just don't feel great. But I didn't eat much the whole day, which is like classic. And then we had a shot before we did our first dance, and we obviously learned a routine, which people were like, you didn't need to learn that. It looked like we were freestyling. Our first dance.
I'll be honest, I didn't realise you'd learned a routine. I watched the first dance. I didn't think anyone had paid for that.
Not only did we learn a routine, we practiced it every day for 2 weeks. And it was so bad. It was so
Has that caused some arguments in the flat? Trying to...
Oh, on the day before the wedding, me and John did not speak to each other the whole day. We spent so long like planning everything and like putting everything together. We were fuming. It was so hot. We were in such a bad mood. And at the end of the day, we were like, I guess we better practice our first dance. We did it in silence, and then we just stopped talking to each other again. It was like we were not in a good place.
What was the song for your first dance?
It was called "It's My Man." It's a house song. It was just like, "It's my man." It's not traditional.
It was not traditional. And then but there was a nice sort of, he did dip.
We did a bit of a dip. It was honestly one of the most embarrassing things we've ever done, but it was funny. And I think after we'd done that, after we'd done our dance, after we'd done our speeches, we were both like, fuck it. We had a shot. We had like a shot table. And then I don't really remember, I remembered like dancing a little bit. And then all of a sudden it just went black for me. And then basically I like collapsed and passed out and then was throwing up in the garden.
Hold on. We skipped some chapters.
Sorry, because
it's 7 o'clock when you do your first dance. It's 7 p.m. We've eaten from sort of 5 till 7.
Yeah.
You've done speeches. You take a shot after the first dance. Before the first dance.
Did the dance.
It's about 7:30.
Yeah.
You black out and you're in the bushes.
No, I don't.
How is this? Where have we gone?
I have a few hours of memory, but a lot of time I was outside talking to people, chatting, and I did a few bits of dancing.
Because the last time I saw you was outside. We came on.
Yeah.
We had a dance.
We did.
I don't remember that. You were dancing with your girls. my girlfriend pushed me into a sort of dance circle.
Don't remember that. Hilarious.
I did a dance. You hated it.
Yeah.
I got out of the circle. By the way, at this point, I'm like, it's so hot. And we've been drinking all day, and then I'm just dancing.
Gone.
And like, I take up a lot of space when I dance.
You do, in general, actually.
And legs are just flailing everywhere. And your bridesmaids were like, made the mistake of like hyping me up a little bit.
Did they actually?
So I got a bit bold, and I was like really like going for it, and I was like shaking my ass, and you hated it. And then we went outside, and there was like a chair, like chairs in people having cigarettes, but and having drinks outside, and because there was a nice breeze outside, you could really cool down. And you were there because you'd done an outfit change.
I'd done an outfit change.
So I saw you were in the now sparkly silvery thing.
Yeah.
And I reckon that's 9.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Would
I think
that be
I made it to
39?
Apparently the last song is when I no longer made it. And I'll tell you why I know that.
The last song pre the DJ. The last song of the band.
Yeah. What I will say about that dress, guys, is I put it on. I didn't wear any underwear, like no bra, no pants. I thought it was fine because you could like see through it in flash photos, which I've now learned when the photographer sent them over. The worst thing is, and you can't put this as a clip because I don't think this person listens to the podcast, but if they saw it as a clip, they'd know who it was. I wasn't wearing any pants. I don't remember this, but the next day I saw a video of me on someone's shoulders, one of the boys' shoulders. Guys, my dress to get on this guy's shoulders had to be completely pulled up. So my vagina is just on that poor man's bare neck.
Oh my God.
And I saw that and I thought, oh my God.
You got a video of it? There's
a video.
I tell you what, because both you and John went on somebody's shoulders.
This was it.
And I felt sorry for the person that got John.
You can see they're just trying to hold up John.
John is like 3 times. John's a big guy. John's a strong boy.
Yeah.
And I saw you go up, and I was standing outside. I was like, oh, look, they're on the shoulders. And then you see John go up.
And John's wasted around.
And there's like 2 people under John just swaying.
The worst part was I heard John playing that video in the morning, and I thought it was to ABBA, like Give Me a Man. And I thought, I'm so fucked off I missed that song. Turns out I was there.
You were there?
I just don't remember it.
I remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember that. So then afterwards, apparently I was like, I need another drink, and the girls were like, we're getting you water. And then they must have taken me round the back to the field because there's a picture of me just passed out in the field. And I remember being sick because once I start being sick, I can't stop being sick. This is the thing with me.
Brilliant.
And then
this is just so good. You just missed 3 hours of your own wedding.
Literally. And then the girls took me round the back. Okay, so the girls took me around the back. There's going to be different bits of this story that I'm going to jump. So they took me around the back. They carried me upstairs to the room. I then apparently just took off my dress, got into bed. The bed was covered in rose petals because the person that ran the house put loads of rose petals on. I threw up all in the bed.
Great.
And so it's just me naked with rose petals and sick around me.
Dream.
Next thing you know, 6 of the groomsmen and my little brother are bringing up John because they had to carry him upstairs. And like we said, John's a big guy.
And this is what, if you're listening to this is how you know they're made for each other because they're just both liabilities.
Both of us.
Because if one of you had fucked it, the other one would have cried.
And John was like, thank God you haven't, because you would have been so angry at me. Because apparently,
so angry. One of
the groomsmen saw that I was sat on a chair and all the girls around me, but before this happened, and he was like, fuck, I bet she's fuming at John because he's wasted. He was like, I'm going to come over and listen. And apparently I was just there being like, I'm so fucked. And then I'm naked in bed, covered in sick. The boys are now getting John there. They're like getting John to bed. They could put 3 sick buckets around us. Didn't need it. I threw up on John. And that's how we spent our first night married.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
He's just
That's how you consummated the marriage.
That's how we consummated it.
Threw up on your husband.
I'm not.
Oh my God. You know what's so funny is at one point, because I hadn't seen you for a while, but last time I seen you, you were fine. This must be like 9 o'clock. This must be just before this happened.
Quickly.
They brought John out.
Yeah.
So also context for this is that in a bunch of the speeches, they'd mentioned John Watch, which is when John and his boys go out, someone has to be on John Watch because he gets hammered, and he's a big guy to try and take home. So I saw John getting brought to the dance floor by his mates.
I need to play this.
They were holding him up. It was like Weekend at Bernie's. They were holding him up and making him dance and trying to force feed him water, and his eyes were gone in the back of his skull. He was nowhere near it, and I went, "Oh my God, I hope Sophie's like all right with this. Like, good for him." But like,
I'd have been fuming.
Sophie will be fuming. And then I realized, and then I just didn't see you for the rest of the night, and I was like, she's either like left her own wedding in anger, or she's equally fucked.
I was worse than John.
I didn't realise that you went and threw up in your room.
I was so much worse than John. And then basically what the most embarrassing thing was, and that my friends have made a ringtone of this, is basically when that was happening, so the girls had taken me around the back, but they could hear this happening. John was just about being walked out. The band started going like, where's the bride and groom? We need the bride and groom for the last song. Yeah. And they kept being like, they were like, where are they? And everyone was like, he's gone to bed. And someone goes, boring. And then like, okay, well, we can work with that. Where's Sophie? And they were like, Sophie. And no one knew this, but I was being carried round the back. So they've made this they've filmed it and they've made it into a ringtone. Can I play this?
Yeah, pod it to the mic.
Yeah.
That's all right, we can work with that. Where are you, Sophie?
Where is Sophie?
It's your day, baby. Sophie. That's all right, we can work with that. Where are you, Sophie?
Where is Sophie?
It's your day, baby.
And all my friends keep saying is, it's your day, baby.
It's your day, baby.
And I was thinking, how embarrassing that they just thought we'd gone to bed because we were tired. No, we've been carried to bed.
They were the most immaculate two-piece band. It was a woman in like a sparkly dress and a guy in the chicest suit I've ever seen. They're really cool. And they were playing, they were like doing live songs.
Alfie, do you know what's crazy? We booked a six-piece band and they didn't show up and they didn't tell us. And next day I was like to everyone, I was so wasted. I was like, did anyone see the electric violin or like all this stuff?
Oh, no, it was a two-piece.
No, it was meant to be six-piece.
Oh, that's funny. Well, they were amazing.
They were good, but
so what are they singing that? They're going, well, let's get Sophie.
Sophie.
Yeah.
And
I probably led that. Sophie.
And then one of them, then another one did this. It goes,
Sophie.
guys, I've never felt embarrassment.
Wait, that's the band trying to get you to the dance floor.
Because they think I'm just
they
outside.
Just think you're outside.
No, I'm throwing up, guys. How embarrassing that! And also in the video, you can hear someone go, boring. And I'm like, this is so bad. They think we're such losers. We've just gone to bed at 11 p.m.
No one's leaving their own wedding that early. Oh, it's so funny because it's just like, I just didn't realise until the next day. I was like, I think Sophie and John were there for the final 3 hours because
literally,
this is from my experience. The band left. We had a DJ for like 3 hours.
Yeah, I don't know.
We were doing shots. I was on the dance floor for maybe an hour and a half of that 3 hours. At the end, very good DJ, knew her crowd.
Yeah, everyone said she was amazing.
She knew her crowd.
Yeah.
She was playing like good tracks. And then once everyone was like getting a little bit messy, she went into like, Hey Jude, and everyone, don't be afraid. It's just all of like John's mates. And then
I heard there was like an emo hour.
There was and I think she ended on Mr. Brightside.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh, just screaming.
What an ending.
Jacket off,
I had such bad FOMO. You know, and you're like, I was so annoyed at myself. I was like, ugh.
Now, I'm a little bit nervous about the pictures and the videos.
I can't wait.
And I'm confused because I like, how have you managed to post some, but you're missing some?
Okay, so they basically, what happens when you get married is they will give you 20 to 30 first look the next day.
But then the really important ones.
The really important ones. But some of them...
so that you can sell tickets?
Yeah, so I can sell tickets.
They do that for all weddings, do they?
They're like, here you go. But they choose that you don't get a selection to be like, and they send you them edited. And then what they do is then 10 weeks later, they send you all of the photos. Edited.
Now, do they take out ones where you're looking a bit
No,
sweaty,
they better not.
Or a bit...
I hope they're all in there. We got a picture of me, you and your girlfriend.
We've got nice ones. No, I'm not worried about the nice ones at the beginning. I'm worried about the last 2 hours.
I think the last 2 hours they'd all left.
So
I think you're fine.
I really let myself go in those last 2 hours. And
I'm so sad I missed this.
I just know that it was not good to look at.
I'm so sad.
It was fun and everyone was having fun. And I actually, we got back to our hotel. We stole some of, because it was carriages at midnight.
Yeah.
It was 12:30.
Yeah.
And I booked it for 12:30/1 thinking that it will actually go on. But it won't because the bride and groom are throwing up on each other in the bedroom. But so there was like a half an hour wait.
But you should. I ordered taxis for people, by the way.
Yeah, but I just booked one. It was all fine, and our hotel was literally like 15 minutes away. But we were like we really were like peaking at midnight.
Yeah.
So we stole a bunch of the drinks that your family makes.
Oh, perfect. Oh, did you Hard Rock cocktails?
The Hard Rock margaritas.
Yeah,
we took about 6 of those in my jacket back to the hotel, and then we just got like hammered.
What, you continued drinking?
Yeah, we stayed up until like 2-3 a.m.
God, you're so in love, aren't you? That's love.
Well, because we made a weekend of it. We booked
that's
like
really
a nice
cute.
hotel.
That's really cute. Was the hotel nice?
Hotel was really nice.
Yeah.
We were staying at the Pack Horse Inn in Malton.
Well done for shouting out after they wouldn't give you a freebie.
I did email them and ask for a free room and they said no. But they were really nice because it's a nice hotel. I think it's like a 4-star hotel.
Yeah.
It's not the most expensive one, the Bedford or whatever it was.
I think it is the most expensive one.
Well, it's not the like shishi one, but it's the one that has really good food.
Yeah.
It's like got really, really good food. And we went down Friday night and I booked as a treat, I like splashed out on the Primrose Suite.
Yes.
Which I thought would be like a good idea. But the problem is it didn't have any aircon.
Oh,
and
fuck.
It was the heat wave.
Shit, it was 35 that Friday.
But it had a bathtub. So what I did is the first night we were in the Primrose room, I ran the bath cold.
That's actually a great idea.
And just every 2 hours woke up sweating and just
Did you actually?
jumped in and then went back to sleep.
That's a great idea.
And they were full for the races on the Friday night. But on the Saturday night after the wedding, they moved us into a slightly smaller room that had aircon.
Oh, that's so good.
So we got back from your wedding absolutely steaming and boiling from like a long day into an air-conditioned room with a bunch of free cocktails.
That's lovely.
It was great.
That is lovely. We had so much alcohol left over, actually.
Few highlights that you don't know about the wedding.
Yeah.
Well, one,
I'm scared.
Deeply nervous about the video footage.
Yeah.
A lot of like sweaty dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that if there's flash photography when I was on the dance floor,
it's
not going to look good.
Have you met John? John's the sweatiest man I've ever met.
I know, but he gets to look at the photos before they go public.
If I see any of you really sweaty, don't worry, I'll post them immediately.
You're going to post them immediately and collab with this page. And I have to like weigh up.
I'm going to collab with Tatler and be like, oh yeah, eligible bachelor.
Oh, do not sell those photos. I'm worried about sweaty dancing pictures. I'm worried about PDA in the corner of pictures.
I heard there's a lot of PDA.
There's a lot of PDA.
Yeah. Must have been a lot of PDA because my friends yesterday were like, God, Alfie and his girlfriend are so in love. And I was like, what were they doing?
Well, because you're like the PDA police.
Yes. Thank you for saying that.
You don't like people that are dating to look at each other.
I can't bear it because Jade and Alex, who said this about you, are always snogging all the time and it makes me sick. Like, you'll get an Uber with them, they just start snogging. It's like, guys, you're in your 30s.
Sophie's told us off for PDA before, so we were conscious of it.
I saw it.
It was very unfortunate that literally we're an hour into the reception and we just had one little moment to ourselves and we had one kiss, and that happened to be
in my eye line.
Split second that you turned around to come say hi to us.
It was disgusting. It was the afternoon.
No.
I mean, I just said no, guys.
No, you're not doing that.
Not my fucking wedding.
So we've got one good picture.
Yeah, we did.
Whilst you're in the dress.
Yeah.
And that will sell tickets to the pod.
Yeah, that will. Maybe if we ever do a live show, yeah.
We'll use that as the...
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Although if we crop my partner out, it does look like we're getting married because I'm in black tie.
Yeah.
People can come to the pod and they can see exclusive pictures. The other really funny bit was I met your brother for the first time.
What one? Tom or
the
Will?
Younger one.
Yeah, he was acting like it was his wedding.
Well, he's my age.
Which is
weirdly,
crazy.
Which
Did
is
you
crazy.
Speak about this?
He was, again, in that family charm has passed down. He was moving seats every 15 minutes.
Like it was his wedding.
Like it was
outrageous.
And he sits down and he goes, hi, Will. And I was like, you little fucker. And he was like, you having a good time? Pouring drinks. So what do you do? Anyway, we had a little chat.
He also must have known who you were.
We had a really good chat. We had a really nice time during the dinner. The first time I'd met him, finding out what he does for work and all this stuff. And then about 3 hours later, like this is once you've already gone to bed.
Yeah.
He was hammered. And what I really respect is he never took his jacket off.
Yeah, someone else said that to me.
He was sweating. He was sweating for hours and hours. And all the guys were in black tie, took their jackets off and their tie.
Literally.
If not at the reception, at least after dinner.
Yeah.
The rule is after dinner, but it was so hot that most people did it during dinner. No one batted an eyelid.
No one knows rules at my wedding.
It's 11:30.
Yeah.
And he's still on the dance floor, sweating in his jacket. And I asked him why, and he said, if I take it off, I'll get hotter. He said, I sometimes take it off and I feel hotter.
William talked so much shit.
He talked so much shit. The funniest thing that happened was he was drunk and we were drunk, and he came up to me and my girlfriend and he said, and he sort of was stumbling over his words, and he said, did you know who's in this field? Pointing to the horses. And he said, I can't remember the name of the horse, but he said something along the lines of Stravenberg is in that field. And I went, no way. Is he actually? And he went, yeah, it's fresh off the Gold. I went, fresh off the Gold Cup. And then I said, I thought I recognised because he's got the slight white, trying to find a way to sort of. I went, no way, Stravenberg's in here for stud. Wow, I might go have a look. And I don't know why, but it really, really made
also,
me
he would have
laugh.
made that up as well. My little brother talks so much. Like, he was going up to. He went on the stag do.
I didn't even consider that he might be trying to razz me.
No,
and
he
then
was 100% lying.
We were just
lying.
both going back
you were
and
both
forth.
just whining at each other. Yeah. There's the thing with my brothers is what they'll do is they'll tell you like a complete lie, but it's such like a random lie that you wouldn't expect it to be a lie, and then they just never say anything about it again, and it's like a weird little joke in their head that never becomes. It's like never like ha got you. William, so he went on a stag do, and apparently every time he'd meet them, so he'd meet the girlfriends of the boys on the stag do, and they're all John's friends that he doesn't even know, and he'd be like, he said he was single on the stag do.
Oh, he's so funny.
And then he'd just walk off, and he's like, I did it to every single one of them. And I was just like, he's honestly outrageous.
Best thing to do, William, if you're watching, is go up to one of John's friends' girlfriends and go, oh, you're Emily. He's been talking all about you.
He doesn't need help.
Just get the name wrong every time.
Literally.
Really funny.
He's outrageous. It's so funny the way that he was working that room. Like, he is out of control.
He told me all about his business. He tried to sell me energy drinks. It was
He
like,
lives literally just down the road.
Oh, yeah, he was like,
Yeah.
he lives, we made the connection that we like live near each other.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm sure we'll see you with Sophie, like at the pub or whatever. And he just went, you won't. And I was just like, oh, I was like, yeah, you're probably right. But also, he's just funny. And you could never.
He's such a character.
Him and your dad, like the thing with your family is that because you guys have got a real resilience and a real and you've got a shared sense of humor. None of you can really be razzed that well.
No.
Like you're gullible, but you don't care enough.
No, that's exactly
like
it.
I try and get yous on this pod, and you do fall for it, but then you don't care. So it's like pointless. It's like if you're trying to bully someone, you call them a name, and they go, I've got 4 eyes.
I'm just think we're so used to each other. It's just like all our life is just all we do is just like it's just horrible and pranks, and it's just like relentless.
It's a lot.
That nothing. You're just like, okay, guess that's another prank.
One thing I will say is your speech was a 10-minute stand-up set. And having watched you do a lot of comedy, it was really funny to see you just not even for a second be authentic. Just not for what I thought at the 8-minute mark, you're going to go jokes aside, but you didn't. You finished on a joke, knowing that that's how you come off strong at the end of a set. It was so. I mean, you should clip that up. You should clip up your wedding speech.
I think it feels really like vain to do that, though. I would like to. Don't get me wrong.
It's just funny because, like, how many? There's not that many comedians that do speeches, but like, particularly, there's a lot of like male comedians that will do like a best man speech or whatever. But like, how often do you get to see a bride do a stand-up set? You still have the veil on, and you're really cracking like some of them are real club stuff as well.
Also, guess what? None of it was tested. It was all new.
Real switcheroos or whatever, and I was like, that's so funny.
I know it did make me laugh. Also, because I learned it as well off by heart.
Yeah.
And bless Johnny was getting so stressed because he was like, I want to learn it because you're going to learn it. I was like, John, this isn't actually my job. Like, if anyone should be learning it, it's me.
It must be hard marrying a comedian and then thinking and then not wanting to do a speech, but just
knowing that you're
most people hate public speaking.
Yeah.
Knowing that you're going to follow with 15 minutes of tight material. Some of which, by the way, I've seen before. So some of that has been airlifted from the Edinburgh show, which is on sale now. And I thought that's interesting.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that whole turn on endometriosis, but I thought it was important.
I thought it was interesting. Yeah, like at the wedding as well. But what was funny was you made the joke of thanking your sponsor.
Yeah.
But your bridesmaid had already made that joke.
There were so many jokes that had already been made that I was like, thanks guys, you really fucked me for my speech.
The main through line of the wedding speeches was that Sophie's mental and a walking red flag. And that I was applauding. I was applauding that.
It really was. It was
everyone was so blasé about it. All of your friends and John's best man was like, yeah, she's a walking red flag, and everyone was clapping, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, finally someone's saying it.
You've just you are. This is what I'm saying. You're you open with it, so then you disarm people that are trying to use it as an insult.
Yeah. It's like, good luck.
Good luck. Yeah, I'm crazy.
I'm insane. I know. I think there was a bit in my speech where I was like really sincere, and I was basically like, and I remember I was getting a bit teary, and I was like, I just want to say that I'm so proud, and then I was like, of me,
of myself.
I was like, don't worry, guys, we're not going to go there.
I'd like to thank my mum and dad for raising me.
That was literally the whole speech.
So funny.
Yeah, it was out of control. I did love it though. I actually had a really good day. I was just gutted that I missed the end.
Yeah, look, we all enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Apart from you and John.
Exactly. That's what matters. The hardest part about having a wedding, I will say, is afterwards, everyone's always like, that was the best wedding. That was amazing. It's like, it's really hard to know if it was a good wedding because everyone's going to say that to you. No one's going to say like, yeah, it was all right. Do you know what I mean?
But it's whether they've got specifics or not.
Yeah, and people had specifics.
And also, your wedding shouldn't be for everyone.
That's so true.
Because it's like, and this is what I think what I mean by feeling intimate I've been to big family weddings where you feel like you're not really getting any attention, but you also know that it's because there's 400 other people there.
Yeah.
And because you're not, like, you know, I, as someone that was not part of the family and not part of the wedding troupe, it's like you still felt like you didn't have like 12 tables where you had table 12, but it's like the people on table 12 on the kind of the plus ones and the, you know, the last minute invites, like still had a really good time.
Yeah. Do you know, it wasn't very cliquey, my wedding, which I think was good.
It wasn't cliquey. Everybody mingled.
Yeah.
But you also didn't force people to, like, you know, you had John's friends sitting together. I was on the table with the comedians.
Yeah, you were the hardest person to see.
I was very hard to see.
Because you're hard work to be next to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, who can I put next to Alfie? But no, in general, I can't stand it when I go to a wedding.
Your hairdresser and a comedy booker.
Well, exactly.
Straight in.
I was like, perfect.
Yeah.
But you're right, because I think I've been to weddings before, and they're like, what they do is they put you on tables to be like, oh, let's mix up all the friendship groups and put people with people to make. I don't want to make friends at your wedding. I just want to be with the people I actually know.
What you don't want, you're not actually asking everyone to meet strangers.
Yeah.
What you're asking is for people to stay in their group and add a few extra people to it.
Yeah.
So we had like a little comedians group, but then we also, through the comedians, some of them being friends with like your family, we kind of got into, but you know, I didn't spend a lot of time with like John's friends from home.
No, but you're like, why would you?
But it's just because, well, there's it's like a really hard connection.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas it's much easier talking to like your godmother's children or whatever who are like kind of in your world. But I thought it was really, really nice, and everyone had a good time. And apart from the happy couple, no one fucked it up.
Yeah.
And no one screwed it up on the dance floor.
Yeah. I felt like it was all good. Do you know what one of my funniest moments was? Obviously, there was lots of the gays there, and I didn't realise this, but my cousin's a TV producer. I realised that. So, did you meet him?
I'm not sure.
And his
maybe.
wife, actually, they're both TV producers, and they're both amazing. And I didn't realise. I knew they produced I Kissed a Boy, but they also produced I Kissed a Girl.
Wow.
And that's huge in the gay world.
I'm going to be honest, actually. I don't know what those things are.
Really?
And I was just going to go with it. At first, sorry.
They're like Love Island,
I thought you meant the music, Katy Perry.
No.
Fine.
It's like Love Island for the gays.
Current or pre?
Current, there's a few seasons, but I Kissed a Girl, they just got it like discontinued. But as soon as they found out that my cousin did that, they flocked, like all my friends. And I was actually so funny to watch because they were all like giving these speeches about it, and it was actually so cute. And I was like, wow, I'm actually really cool. And a lot of people don't know that about me.
That's true. I met your friend that works at Netflix. Didn't talk to anyone else for the rest of the night.
Did you? She's amazing, isn't she?
Can I get your number, actually? I'd love to run a few ideas by you.
You know, she works in the commissioning.
I do know. You know what's really funny is we made the connection whilst we were taking a group photo.
Really?
So we've got these group photos where everyone's smiling, and I'm smiling going, look, I think next week maybe we should get lunch in London. Yeah.
She's so cool. She's a Londoner as well.
Yeah, yep.
Also, I feel like her and Rome... No, we'll edit that out. I feel like her and your girlfriend would really get on.
Yeah. I think people can find my girlfriend quite easily on Instagram, by the way, at this point. But But yeah, they did get on. But also, my girlfriend was like the thank God she was there because she was the catalyst between me and your friends.
Well, I kept seeing you on your own, and I just thought that's so funny that she's probably just off
she was
chatting to everyone.
She was off talking to all your friends, and like thank God because I think they're quite wary of me.
Well, what I would do is when you're around the gays, is I dropped in a really interesting fact about you that I knew they'd like, and then I'd walk off. I'd be like, "Did you know this about Alfie?"
Yeah.
And I'd be like, and then I could see they were like, "That's amazing."
So is everyone excited for the World Cup? And there's just blank, and I was like, "Oh, I really shouldn't have brought that up."
But no, my friend who works on Netflix, amazing.
Yeah, good girl.
Love her.
Bridesmaids were in bubblegum pink.
Did you like?
What would we call it?
Fuchsia. Did you like that though?
Yeah,
I thought it looked good.
Look, I'm a sucker for the conformity of it. Like
all wear the same.
Like all wear the same.
Agreed.
Everybody in black tie and then John in a white suit.
Yeah,
perfect. Although somebody else wore a white suit.
That's my dad's like cousin who's a proper geezer.
And I thought,
yeah,
it's not about you, buddy.
He's got a baby blue Bentley.
Well, then maybe it's fine. Maybe he can get away with it.
But it's so funny when I saw that. I thought, of course you're wearing a white jacket.
It was just really funny in the church. All the guys in black tie, black jackets.
A few of the guys were wearing normal suits because their girlfriends hadn't told them it was black tie.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I was like, two of the groomsmen, not the groomsmen, sorry, two of the bridesmaids' partners, boyfriends.
Wore just normal suits.
Yeah, because their girlfriends hadn't told them.
I was going to wear a normal, normal suit.
You could have got away with it.
I was gonna, because you always at weddings you can always kind of get away with it. But weirdly, what I was going to wear is a black tie suit with a black long tie because I don't love bow ties. And then I realised that actually that's the thing that makes it look like black tie is the bow tie.
Yeah,
it's not really the suit.
It's a bow tie
because you can. The black tie suit is different to just a black jacket.
Yeah.
But marginally,
that's very true.
It's the bow tie that gives it away. And I got there and like you always think no one's going to do it, and then like most people do commit to the bit.
Yeah,
especially because they're all horsey boys.
They are,
and so they've all got black ties.
That's true. No, they're all Essex boys. Yeah,
They like it's all about the race. Go down the races.
100%. They all like to dress up.
The irony that I'm the only person in that room that doesn't go down the races was not lost on me.
That's actually so true. And you're like the poshest one
and
there.
I'm the one that sounded like the horse.
I would say there was no one posh at that wedding apart from you.
No, and I did feel that when I was there. Didn't feel totally safe. And I didn't use the portaloo. I did go into the house.
Did you?
By the way, from minute one. I went and helped myself to some water from the kitchen and I took some electrolytes.
Relax,
and I took some ice from the freezer. Yeah, I was just like, well, no one stopped me.
Why not?
Like, not to walk into the house because there's a big sign saying... Yeah, I went... that's where I went every single time. One time I got too hot and I went and chilled
in the
snooker room.
Do you know what? There was a massive leak in there the next day when we came home. Huge leak all over the table.
Wow, that's weird because I didn't go in there.
Makes sense now.
Did I go in there?
That one was massive, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was
cool. It kept cool, which was nice.
Yeah, it was cool in the house. Yeah. No, I respect that. I respect that from you.
And then you must have had an absolutely horrific hangover.
So I didn't get out of bed until 3:30, and the worst part was because people were staying in the house. People kept knocking on the door, but I was laying in my sick until 3:30. I did not move, and one of my friends kept shouting my name and I was just ignoring it because I was like, no one can come in here. And he finally came in and he was like, why are you laying? I was laying there naked in the sick. And he was like, why? There's so many beds in this house. Go lay somewhere else. And I was just there till 3:30. And then I was like, I took all the sheets home to get my mum to wash them because I was like, my mum kept coming and checking on me and she was like, what have you done?
What have you done?
And I was just laying there in
annulled.
the sick.
Wedding annulled.
John refused to kiss me until I brushed my teeth. And I was like, if you really loved me.
That's fair enough. I'm all for that. I'd give it a week.
Literally.
So funny that. And then, yeah. And then Sophie sent me a very sad voice note on Monday morning.
Did I?
Going, I don't think we can do the podcast this week. Feeling a little bit poorly.
That was it. I was meant to drive back and I was like,
you meant to come back to London.
I was like, I actually cannot come
Did you stay down the weekend?
We stayed down until I think I drove back the Wednesday for Work in Progress.
Did you go and watch Stradivarius run or whatever? The Gold Cup winning.
Yeah, I love how that's actually like a name of a shop.
I was just like, am I being played? You were played. He was just had so much conviction.
The problem is with my family is everyone's so full of shit.
It's really hard to know when they're joking.
Yeah, and you don't know.
Like when I had a conversation with your dad, I was like, I wasn't laughing because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you don't know
where the jokes were and when they weren't. And then he was like talking about how he's got kids with different wives. Yeah. And like, I've got no reason to not believe it.
That was true, though.
No, but he was like, I've got 5 kids by 5 wives.
Oh, yeah, he could keep saying that.
And then
to
I
people.
was like,
yeah.
Oh, I thought, but yeah, I was like, well, I've only met 2, so yeah, I guess maybe that's because I've only met, well, and then like, there was a woman that was, when you changed out of your dress, she changed into the same outfit.
That's my sister.
That's your sister?
Yeah, my half-sister.
But then her son is like my age?
Your age, like 23. That's my nephew. And one of my nieces
I thought that was his ex-wife. But that's his daughter.
That's his mum.
No, sorry. I thought it was your dad's ex-wife.
Yes. No, so that's not my dad's ex-wife. My dad's ex-wife died sadly. That's his daughter.
That's his daughter.
That's his daughter. That's so funny. You thought this is his ex-wife.
Well, I just like, because your dad was talking about 5 wives, 5 kids.
Yeah.
And you get on really well with your siblings, but like, I get on with my half siblings. So I was like.
No, that's my sister Charlotte. And then my brother Paul.
She was lovely.
There. Yeah.
She was really sweet.
She's very chatty as well.
Yeah.
And then she wore the same accent. He wore almost the same dress.
And then
as
had
me.
to change again.
And then changed again.
Yeah.
I didn't care though.
Well, she came
like,
out and talked to us about it.
Yeah. I was like, you do you.
Every single person at your wedding came up to my girlfriend to talk about her dress, and
she
after a while
amazing.
that really annoyed me. And I tell you why, because it started before the wedding when we were waiting outside the church. These 3 old tourists in visors came up and they said, I just want to say we've just been talking about how nice your dress is.
So, I found out yesterday where it was
there
from.
like a mug waiting for my compliment.
None. Good. Her shoes are Prada as well, and as were yours.
As were mine.
Me
and my girl got matching Prada shoes at the wedding.
I know, I
Someone
love that.
sponsor us.
I think it's so cute. She was wearing a vintage something I found out yesterday.
My girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a
Vintage
really
what?
expensive dress. It was like a 20 quid dress.
Yeah, but it was vintage
We'll shout
something.
it out. Yeah. It was in a vintage store.
But no, she looked amazing.
Black tie. Yeah,
she looked very cool.
She went to the bathroom and all your bridesmaids were there, and then she came back and all of your bridesmaids are now friends. Like,
yeah, they did love her.
I was sitting in the corner having a Vogue, just like trying to make friends with your brother, talking about horses. I was like, we've had very different wedding experiences.
Don't you think you and my brother are the same age, but it's so weird because you both seem like completely different ages, and I can't explain that because it's not that I think he seems really young.
It's not that one of us seems older or younger.
No,
it's
but
just we've gone down different paths.
So different. Like it's so weird.
I can't tell if I'm like, oh, I seem really young compared to you, or like you seem really young compared to me.
That's what I can't work out.
But also we're just different.
So different.
Because he's quite stocky.
Yeah,
and he's quite like. But we're like,
but you're both very confident, but in very different ways.
We're very confident in very different ways, and like he's not posh, but he's into the horses, and I am posh, but I'm not into the horses.
Yeah,
and it's like there's zero common ground, but
there's
there
no common
should
ground.
be.
Yeah, there should be, but there's none.
That's what I think is so confusing.
100%. I think you'd have completely different views. It's
but then
so
I can't.
confusing.
But I was just like, do I look? Did I think you were 30 or 20?
Exactly, and I think that's exact same with you though.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It's so weird. Like if you and him were doing a podcast, I'd be like, that makes no sense.
Well, if we went to school together, it would just be like, what?
It would make no sense.
Our podcast would be...
It would be a nightmare.
Absolutely a hate crime.
Because also you both... Yeah, it would be a hate crime.
It would be awful. It would just be nonsense.
It would be nonsense. And you both think you know everything about everything.
Yeah. And we'd both just make shit up and no one would
100%,
fact check it.
And no one would know.
It would get flagged on Spotify as misinformation. Not really particularly harmful misinformation.
Just misinformation. Yeah.
Sophie, I want you to blind rank these 5 celebrity weddings.
Okay, perfect.
Do you know what that means? So I've got 5 weddings. I'm going to read them out and you're going to have to rate them 1 to 5, but without knowing which one's coming next.
Yeah.
So I'll read one at a time and you have to add them to like 1 to 5. But you can't change it or go back.
Wait, say that again. I'm confused.
So I'm going to read out like a wedding.
Yeah.
And then you have to go like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th.
Yeah.
So that by the end of the list, you've got like the right ranking.
Okay,
in your opinion. But you don't want to leave.
And is first the best?
First is the best.
Okay.
But you can't go back.
Fine. Okay, got
So you might want to leave gaps for good ones or bad ones.
Okay.
First up, I've got Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, who got married last week.
I love Taylor Swift, but I'm going 5.
You're putting that 5?
Because I just don't love the whole 1,000 people Madison Square Garden.
So you're hoping that all the weddings I say next are worse than that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Worse? I think that 5's the worst, no?
Yeah. So you're saying, sorry, are all going to be better than
that?
that? You're fine.
In my opinion.
Fine. So if I said like Adolf Hitler, Eva Braun, you'd have to put that 4. Just so you know. But it's fine. You've done it now. You've done it now. So let's see how many brand deals you get after this. Number 2, Dua Lipa and Callum Turner, also recent.
4.
Okay, so you really are not keen on either of those weddings.
No, I think they both. Well, I haven't seen Taylor's. It's not what I would want, and I think Dua Lipa looked stunning, but I think it's just I've seen too much of it.
Yeah, overkill.
Yeah,
fine. Posh and Bex, run it back.
Weirdly, I'm going to say 2. They wore purple, which at the time didn't love, but I think there's something kind of iconic about it.
Great. So you got 1 and 3 left.
Yeah.
The royal wedding, Kate and Will.
Fuck's sake. 3. I would have said that was 5.
Fine. You're not keen on that?
Well, no.
Fine. And finally, my royal wedding, Sophie Garrad and John, which you have to put
Number
at
1.
number 1.
And I would have anyway.
You smashed that.
I would have anyway, yeah.
Your wedding, then Posh and Bex, then the royal wedding, then Dua Lipa, then Travis and
The only thing I
Taylor.
would have changed would I would have put Kate and Will's 5th.
Why
Sorry
did you
for any
hate that
royalists.
so much?
I
That's
didn't
our
love...
whole audience loved
Yeah,
the
I'm
royals.
so sorry. I loved her bridesmaid dress, Pippa. I thought she looked amazing.
Yeah, the
I
famous
didn't
ass
love-
scandal.
Exactly. I didn't love her visual. I did love her second dress. I think she wore a green, an emerald green dress.
Mm.
But I don't know. I'm not that like enthralled by stuff like that. I'm not like fascinated.
I wonder if in the future those royal weddings will have the same clout. Because I remember watching the royal wedding. It was a day. It was like
It was a whole
day.
thing. People were crying watching it.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, so much of it depends on the dress and where they do it and how they do it.
Yeah.
And I think something about the Beckhams, I'm like, it was cool. It was
Yeah.
cool.
Well, look, we've hit the hour mark. This is going to be a very special, slightly longer episode because it's the wedding special.
It really
But I think
is.
we've covered it. Is there anything we're missing?
Um,
Re-wedding? Any final tidbits? Any exclusives?
I think we really did give all the gossip on this.
I think we've covered it.
Yeah.
Great
That was-
day.
Yeah. And if the venue are listening, I wasn't actually sick,
Downhill from here.
isn't it?
Also, we should mention that at 3 a.m. this morning, England beat Mexico and are into the quarterfinals of
yeah.
the World Cup. So for my listeners, don't worry, we do see you.
And how interesting that we've got to the end of the podcast. I wonder how good the views are going to be this time, because normally you start with the football and we lose people.
But the views are going to be good because we're going to bill it as the wedding special.
Yeah, they
You're
better.
then going to go, maybe we should never talk about football again. And that
Yes.
is a misdemeanor.
Done.
That's an anomaly. Because if England win the World Cup, the views will also go up. Because I'm going to clickbait the hell out of it.
That's true. Thank God.
Okay,
well, I've actually got to go anyway, Alfie.
you got another wedding to go to.
Got to go.
Have I got any more questions about the wedding? If you've got any questions about the wedding, listen to
Please.
that. Just DM us and we'll get them on.
Yeah.
It was a spectacular day. And in 10 weeks' time, you might see some pictures about it. I mean, I think people are going to have moved on.
I hope so.
But anytime Sophie has to sell a show, you bet your ass you're going to see some more
You're
wedding
going to
pics.
get so sick of seeing it.
Just before we started filming, I went to the bathroom and I went on Instagram and I saw that Sophie's using a picture of her in a wedding dress to sell tickets to a whip in Clapham.
I am.
And I think that's a cheap shot.
And I did that whilst I was in your toilet upstairs.
Yeah, you posted it just like, oh, I'm doing a whip in Clapham. By the way, here's a picture of me at my wedding.
Doing a type 5, so please come.
I really, really think if it was properly filmed, your wedding speech has to be clipped up.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll show you it when I get it.
Because,
thoughts.
Bride does comedy set.
Mm.
Apps.
Do you
I mean,
think?
numbers.
Okay, I'm going to show it
And
to you when I get it.
you have started posting clips recently.
I have been posting clips.
I don't know why, because you're not pushing anything, but you have.
Because I don't want to. I can't be bothered to do any sketches at the moment.
And people
Sorry.
are now starting to realise that you do stand-up, which I think
know.
is really great.
It's crazy.
If you're one of the 150,000 followers that I have that don't live in the UK, unfollow me. By the way, that's my news this week. I found out 150 out of my 250,000 followers are not in the UK.
No way.
I probably shouldn't be saying that. Rebrand deals, but
It's because you bought them.
they're not bought. If I had bought them, I would have bought them in the UK. If you were listening to this from Australia, USA, India, I'm very grateful. Unfollow me. I don't care. You can't buy tickets. Listen to the pod, follow the pod. Unfollow me.
Just follow me instead.
Stop screwing up my engagement.
That is actually so true.
I'm done with it.
Yeah.
And if you do want to see Sophie and I do stand up, we both have our Edinburgh Fringe shows on sale now, and tickets are absolutely flying. Shut up. They are flying like a penguin. And Sophie and I both checked before the show, and they're moving slowly. They're
Well,
crawling.
speak for yourself. I don't know.
We've both got some shows and some previews coming up towards the end of July. Work in progress shows in London of that show that we will be taking up. But otherwise, tell a friend, like, subscribe, follow, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. See you later. Bye.